are Confessional Magazine, and this is More to the Story, brought to you today by Iris and Bo, whose toner helps keep my laugh lines in check, because you never know what our guests are going to say. Visit irisandbo.com today and use code CONFESSIONAL for 20% off.
So much love in this heart of mine.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Confessional Magazine. I'm Taylor. This is More to the Story, and I am joined here today with the wonderfully talented Mallory Pacific. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. This is so exciting.
Of course. So, Mallory, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? I know that you're rising in this, crazy world of music right now, but tell us a little bit about where did you come from, Mallory? Where did you grow up?
So I'm initially from Chicago, Illinois. Really cool city to grow up in. Wouldn't live there forever, but awesome. Everyone needs to visit if you haven't yet. And I've kind of traveled all around, especially the West Coast. I lived in San Diego, LA, Palm Springs, and then in Portland. And now I'm in Nashville. So a little bit of a traveler here. And yeah, just making music in Nashville, like living the dream.
That's amazing. I mean, Nashville is such a wonderful musical city. So it's got to feel great to be surrounded by other musicians too.
It's honestly a crazy kind of energy. And I didn't expect this kind of energy. Like I knew there'd be people here doing what I'm doing, but it just gives you a different vibe. Like it raises you up more than you think. And everyone's kind of going for the same thing, but not in like a competition way. And a like, let's all go for it. Let's all do it kind of way. And it's so exciting. And yeah, great people here, great music, great city. So
yeah, it's like we can just, let's all, there's room for everybody under the sun, right?
Yes. Yes. I work with this one, she's like a mindset coach, and she always says, I rise, you rise, we rise. And I just like try to live by that, because I think it's the most amazing thing to say, and just like including everybody and, going up together instead of like trying to fight each other and like, no, let's just all do it. Let's all
there's room for us all.
Live our dream. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So, what can you tell us about your music? You're currently writing your own stuff, and tell me about what's your writing process like?
So writing for myself is honestly kind of newer. When I first moved to Nashville, I was writing anything and anything with everybody. Like someone's like, want to write? I was like, yes, I do. And I was just writing. I wrote country music when I first moved here. So kind of switching that to like write about things that were more special to me or like important to me. It was definitely a mindset flip. And now I usually just start out writing in my journal. Like, I know that's like very like grade school, but I'll be like in my journal and I'll be like, oh, this is like, I'll just write about my day. And then I kind of take those ideas and like those real feelings and conversational pieces from what I'm writing in my journal, and then just like turn them into a lyric. And sometimes it'll be like the hook of a song or the beginning of a song. And then it just kind of like leads into more. And then once I get that out, it's like the flow just continues. And yeah, it's been really cool. I learned how to produce this year.
That's amazing.
New. I know, it's so exciting. Honestly, producing is so hard. Like props to all the producers out there, because it is tough. Like learning every aspect of a song from that like perspective is crazy, but so cool. And I love that I kind of like, I don't know, I learned how to do that for myself. And now I'm a little bit better at like portraying or like telling people what I would want in my songs. So it definitely has helped, but man, what a journey. What a journey.
Right.
Yeah.
So I know you have a song right now that's been hitting the Pride playlist that you did a remix for. What can you tell me about this song?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So Emotional was one of the first songs that I knew was going to be a song for myself and not for someone else. And it kind of encompasses everything about me. And once I realized how much that meant, I was like, wow, a lot of people can relate, because the song comes from basically, long story short, my whole life I was kind of made fun of for being like the emotional one, the sensitive one, and just like being different, like looking different, like talking different, being into things that people aren't into. And I was like, okay, it can't just be that. Like, how can I celebrate this? And so one of my friends, her name's Kiana. She's the person I wrote that song with. I was like, I want to celebrate being emotional since everyone makes fun of me for it. And I was like, so how can we make this a celebration of who we are? Like, and that's what came out of it. And once I started playing it for like some friends, and they were like, oh my gosh, this isn't just about being emotional though. This is like completely just, this is who I am, take it or leave it. And that's what you get. And like, I was like, wow, okay, that's bigger than I thought it was. And people have been loving it. The Pride remix, I knew I wanted to do a remix for it. And one of my friends, who's also a queer producer, approached me about doing it. And I was like, I want this remix to be like, we're drunk at Pride, just like loving life and dancing and just like lost in it. And that's what he did. And it's amazing.
It's so much fun, and everybody needs to
Thank
check it out.
you.
How can they find your music?
I am on all streaming platforms. It's under Mallory Pacific. So Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Tidal. These are all of the things. YouTube, all of that. And yeah, social media as well.
Yeah. So Mallory, what advice would you give to, somebody that might be trying to get into the music business, but specifically as maybe a queer person trying to, find the strength in the inner voice to just really share their gift?
Yeah. I would say just follow your truth. Stick to what you believe and who you are. Try not to follow too much of what anybody else is saying or doing. I feel like that's the kind of stuff that holds people back, is when you're listening to others around you. So if you feel that like fire inside of you to do something, just jump and leap and take that chance and do it, because it's obviously calling you for a reason. So just follow that path and just keep going. Like, that's my biggest thing, is I've been doing this a really long time, and it's like, just don't give up, just keep going, just keep finding new ways, just keep trying something new, just go for it. And yeah, believe in yourself also. I've noticed that the more I've believed in myself, the more things shift and change and happen and come into my world. And it's like, whoa, all because I just decided that I believe in myself now. So believe in yourself. You can do it.
Have you ever watched The Secret or read The Secret?
Yes. I am a big like manifestation, mindset, positivity. I love The Secret. There's a book called Ask and It Is Given, which is kind of on that level, but it's a little bit elevated, but same concept. So it's like the next step after The Secret. Highly recommend. Yeah. The positive out, positive in thing is super real. So I take that with me on this journey completely. And that would be my definite biggest advice for anybody, is just believe in yourself, stay positive, and just keep going. And yeah, do what's best for you, not anybody else.
And so what, I always like to ask this question, your 5-year plan or goals or dreams, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, both in the music industry and just your own personal life?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So my very dramatic response is going to be like, oh, I'm going to be super famous and on tour and like, all that stuff, which I do definitely want. I just, had to be dramatic about it first, but I definitely want to tour. I'd love to do a Pride tour. That's kind of my main goal. And with COVID and all that kind of got, shifted a bit. And now this year Pride's like all these crazy months. So I definitely want to do a tour, many tours. I'm releasing an album hopefully like beginning of next year, which will be super exciting, and just making music and living life. I besides music, I own a spiritual business. So I do like tarot and astrology and emotional healing. I'm certified in emotional freedom technique, which is like a healing modality. So I definitely still want to include all that in my, musical realm. So I definitely, like, as my brand grows and as music grows, I want to include that. So that's definitely a part of the plan. And like, honestly, someday, like, I want to have babies. I don't know if that's in the 5-year plan or not, but that's in the plan.
Hey, I'm wearing my fertility crystals right now. So.
Oh yes. I love that so much. Here, I'll like send you the energy. Let's do it. Get that baby, girl.
Yeah. So what was your life growing up? Did you have a very supportive family when you were getting into this industry, or did you kind of have to like branch off on your own and like make your own path?
Yes and no. Yes and no. My mom was definitely supportive, but like to an extent, and she's probably going to see this. So I love you, Mom. Don't take this personally. She was supportive and like got me into it. She would like take me to recording studios and things like that. But then when things got a little bit real, like going on like Disney cruises, performing and things like that, she's like, stay in school. And I was like, no, I don't want to. And it's like, I get it. Coming from a mom, you want your kid to kind of like go through the right path or whatever. But so she was supportive, and it kind of stopped over there. She's like, get a real job. And I was like, I don't want a real job. Like, this is a real job, Mom. What are you talking about? But now she's super supportive, and I think especially because she sees it like actually happening and unfolding, she's like, oh, okay, that like, it wasn't just a phase. Like, yeah, that's a real thing. So yeah. And I have a sister, and she pretends to be my momager. She doesn't really do anything for me per se, but she just calls herself that. And I think she really likes being involved. So definitely have a support system, and it's awesome. Yeah.
That's
Took a
great.
little bit, but we're there.
So is your
We're
family
there.
still in Chicago then?
Yes. Mostly I have a brother, he lives in Arizona, but other than that, yeah, everyone's pretty much in the Midwest. So
Yeah. I'm in Ohio right now. It's not too far away.
so you're a Midwest girl as well. Love it.
So where can people find you performing? Do you have anything scheduled? Is there anything coming up?
I'm definitely in the process of getting some stuff booked. It's crazy because I actually haven't played a live show in a really long time. It's been like 7 years. So I'm definitely, that's kind of the next step, especially because I have some new music coming out. So I want to start playing. If you're in Nashville, I'll definitely be playing sooner than later. There's a show, like a queer showcase here on Tuesdays. It's called Rainbow. So they recently asked me to play. So we're trying to get that all scheduled. And yeah, if you're in Nashville, definitely. And hopefully I'll come back to Chicago and play soon too.
That's awesome. Well, I'm so excited to see like where your journey takes you, because even though you've been in this industry for so long, I feel like every step is a new beginning and a new, like, you just have to take it as that, as like, I'm starting fresh now. And like, this is only the beginning for you in this world. And I'm just so excited to see, where else you go and continue listening and supporting your music. So how can people follow you?
I'm under Mallory's Emotional, pretty much all social media. And yeah, that's my little, that's me kind of taking the power back of people saying that I'm too emotional. But yeah, Mallory's Emotional on Instagram, Facebook. I'm on TikTok a little bit. Mallory's Emotional on there as well, but definitely Instagram's kind of my main thing, but I'm on it all. So follow me, message me, let's be friends. Let's talk, let's hang out. Like I love meeting people, and I obviously, as you can tell, talk a lot. So if people want to chat, like I'm down to chat. I want to know you. So yeah, slide in those DMs, people.
Well, Mallory, thank you so much for joining me today. It was so fun to just get to know you a little bit more. And I just, again, can't wait to hear the rest of your music. And everybody needs to check out Emotional, because it's just, I will add, I'm also a very emotional person. I actually was sitting on the side of the highway this morning because Vitamin C's Graduation song came on the radio.
Oh my God, I love, are you a water sign?
I'm a Scorpio.
So you're like the fieriest water sign there is. The spicy water.
Yes. And it's like, especially with music can hit you. And if there's nothing else that people can relate to or pull in, even somebody that's maybe not an emotional person, there's something about music that brings it out of people.
Yes. Yes. It hits people for sure. And honestly, I love that story because that's totally something I would do. And I have done it, and I do it still.
Last time it was Tootsie Roll. So at least like this time.
Oh, that's an interesting one, but I love that. You're just like, Tootsie Roll. Well, did you like start breaking out into the dance, or?
Oh, I did. I was like, I'm never going to be as happy as I was when I first heard this song.
Oh my God. I love that so much. I'm going to listen to the Tootsie Roll and think of you as soon as we're done here.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Mallory, thank you so much again for joining me. And it was just so much fun to get to know you and chat with you. And everybody follow Mallory is Emotional, Mallory Pacific. And I just can't wait to follow along with your journey. Thanks again.
Thank you so much. This was amazing. Thank you so much for having me. And
of course. We'll talk soon.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, bye. You're welcome.
So much love in this heart of mine.